At 10.
Former Lafayette Police Chief Thomas Glover sat down with us today for his first television interview since being abruptly removed from his position Thursday afternoon.
Now, Glover lays out what he believes led to his termination after what he thought had been 10 months of exceptional work. Thomas Glover Sr., the now former chief of Lafayette Police, said, as the first black permanent police chief in Lafayette, over the past 10 months, he made constant improvements within LPD and the community. But after about 6 weeks on the job, the then chief made the difficult decision to fire an officer for what Glover identified as criminal behavior when the officer punched a man in handcuffs.
So I knew that there were people who were fighting the reforms. You're going up against a city that's 200 years old, police department 150, and you're trying to bring it into the 21st century. And there are people inside the police department who did not want that to happen.
Right.
And because I was an outsider, I guess, and was making change, they didn't want to see that.
Glover says he had implemented several changes within the department that he got pushback for from about 20 officers.
When you're doing reforms, having an impact on morale is part of it. You don't change a police department and people who's been doing things for 15, 20, 30 years,
Won't accept it overnight.
you know, without any, like, oh, my morale is low. That's part of reform. You get that, and so I thought that that would be something that would be indicative of me having an impact on the police department here, a positive impact.
Former Chief Glover says his firing was not only untimely, but not expected. He says he was doing what he was asked to do when he took the job.
The first individual that I fired, everybody was shocked. They said it wouldn't have happened in the old days, and I'm like, we're not in the old days.
Right.
You know, and so I was told that I was expected to bring about reform in discipline, in appearance, in attitude, in work habits, particularly in the use of force and how things were done, make sure that the body camera processes followed. So I did everything I was expected to do.
Glover believes after he fired the first officer, the police union became fixated on getting the chief out of office. We reached out to the Police Association of Lafayette. Allison Prejean, the Police Association's attorney, said that's unequivocally false. The police union does not control the police department, nor the mayor-president. Hiring and firing of the police chief is exclusively a decision of the mayor-president. Even given his position, former Chief Glover said he cares about this city because he was accepted graciously by the community. He doesn't wish any ill will on anyone within the Lafayette Police Department. He also thanked Mayor Guillory for giving him the opportunity.